Good day to all of you. I am Dr. Ganesh. Welcome to another chapter of Eat for Health. Today is another interesting topic which requires great importance, especially when it comes to our good immune health. And today I'm going to talk about our intestinal bacteria, or what we call as the microbiome. This is of great importance when it comes to our immune health. So let me tell you what is this intestinal bacteria all about, because many of us take it for granted, or maybe we are not very much aware about it. This is actually the microorganisms that live inside our intestine. They can be bacteria, fungus, virus, or protozoas. They are all friendly to our body. Why? Because they live in a symbiotic manner where they keep our immune system busy all the time. At the same time, they maintain a good immune balance in our body. So how do we replace their kindness? We eat healthy. We provide good growth bacteria, good growth towards them, so they grow healthily in our body. Okay, so we must know how this bacteria thrive, what they thrive on, how they survive in our body. In our gut bacteria, by the time a human being reaches adulthood, there are about 100 trillion of them. Okay, it outnumbers our body cells 1 to 10. So you can imagine such a big community inside our intestine. Frankly speaking, bacteria is all over our body, on our skins, our blood tissues, our blood circulation. Our intestine provides the largest community of the gut bacteria. More than 60% of the gut bacteria is in our intestines. So now, how to actually maintain their good health? Maintain their good health. One thing is, most importantly, is our diet. Our diet must be of good health. First, we must know what foods promote good bacteria, what foods promote bad bacteria. So foods that promote good bacteria are foods of course, fruits, vegetables, legumes, that is your beans, your dal, lentils, okay, nuts, and of course gut bacteria requires very high fiber food. Okay, high fiber. Okay, foods that are bad for our intestinal bacteria in the long run is fried foods, processed foods, and even high in meat. High meat diet, because why is that? Is meat contains a lot of endotoxins. These endotoxins are produced by the bacteria in the meat itself. What do you expect meat to be? Meat is a dead animal, so bacteria will start growing there, and they are not the healthy bacteria. So when you consume them, even after cooking them, you only kill the bacteria and the viruses, but you never kill their toxins. Their toxins remain in the meat. So when you consume the meat, the toxin goes into your intestines. These toxins can kill the good bacteria and give way for the bad bacteria to grow. So we don't want that. So you have to have a good balance. If you are taking so much of meat, make sure you replace it with so much of vegetables as well. Yeah, so it's very important. So let me tell you what are the other things that can affect our gut bacteria. One more important thing is drugs. Drugs can directly affect the growth of gut bacteria, because a lot of people, for every little thing, pain, body aches, for simple things, fever, they take what we know as antibiotics, especially when doctors uncontrollably prescribe to patients. Okay, when a patient comes with fever, there is no need to take antibiotics just for a day or two of fever, unless a blood test is checked to see for any signs of infection, for any blood culture done to see any bacterial growth. Then we may need antibiotics, but other than that, there is no need antibiotics for just to prevent an infection, or just possibly there's an infection, you just give antibiotics just out of a hunch. So it doesn't work that way. Okay, antibiotics are very bad when it comes to gut bacteria. Okay, so other drugs are like steroid medications, then your painkillers, and also certain hormonal drugs like birth control pills. This can affect our gut bacteria. And also one more drug that is commonly prescribed is gastric medications. So these are the drugs can affect your intestinal bacteria. And of course, other than your intestinal bacterial growth, it also affects your liver. So your liver also in the long run can cause some damage as well, okay, to the liver. So just be aware of these drugs as well. Now, how do we maintain good gut bacteria, and also what we should do? How do we change our lifestyles? Good amount of exercise, even to a certain extent, even stress can affect gut bacteria health. Stress, so it's good to do some exercises at least 15-20 minutes a day. A little bit of walking or jogging really helps. Even chlorinated water, make sure your waters chlorine water, so also can affect our gut bacteria growth. So make sure the water is well filtered out of the chlorine. Now with all the COVID-19 going on, what is the most common thing now? We notice every little thing sanitize, anything sanitize, little this sanitize. How many times should we sanitize our hands? In fact, you may not need to sanitize your hand unless you have just touched something that is exposed to the public or anything. But just once a day sanitizing is enough. Too much of sanitizing will kill your skin bacteria, which is the good bacteria on your skin. When your skin bacteria dies, you give way for other toxic bacteria to grow, which means you'll get rashes, you can even get pustules growing on your skin. So these are all because of continuously sanitizing your hands. You don't need to sanitize your hand too much. Okay, so now let me tell you, commonly when you go to the shopping for groceries, most of us buy lots of different foods, especially and processed food make up quite a big bulk of what we buy. Let me show you certain types of foods that can affect our gut bacteria, and we must take precaution when we buy such things to know that what are we feeding our intestine. So when we take a lot of these kind of foods, the fried foods, processed foods, we start getting bloating sensation, irritable bowel. You get sometimes irregular bowel habits, diarrhea, sometimes you feel nauseous, suddenly bloating sensation, discomfort. This is all because of there is an imbalance in your gut bacteria. Too much of bad bacteria, too low of good bacteria. So we have to keep our gut bacteria in good balance. Just for awareness, I would like to show some of the foods that we commonly purchase that can affect, the chemicals can affect our gut bacteria, so that we should know. Here I have a list of things commonly we buy. So just to show you, okay, this is a chicken stock cube, right? So let's see here. For example, we have some ingredients here. They say the salt and cornstarch, and just to show you the chemical. But you can see here chicken, this is chicken stock, but it only has 9% of chicken. So you can see here, so 9% of chicken in chicken stock. So you can imagine the rest is all just chemical and flavoring. Okay, so this is one. And now you can see this one example here. This is a bottle of fruit juice, but you can see here, diperbuat daripada 100% juice. That means made from 100% juice. Okay, but this one will just sell. But if you look at the label, okay, the label here, the ingredients, you can see mixed fruit concentrate, and then you go down again, you can see syrups, you can see sugar, purple, potato, lemon, pumpkin, and then preservative, and then flavoring. So where is the 100% there? So there's no 100%. Say take a bar of chocolate, okay, a bar of chocolate, you can see the ingredients here, okay, milk solids, and then sugar, of course, and then flavoring, flavors, oil, cocoa powder, raising, and everything. You see, so all these chemicals can affect. Okay, and you can see for this biscuit, a packet of biscuits here, we have wheat flour, vegetable, okay, monosodium bicarbonate powder, salt, noodles. You can see noodles. You can see the ingredients here, okay, full of monosodium glutamate. Okay, you can see yeast, sugar, all these yeast extract, all these can cause yeast growth in our body. And you can see here the ingredients again, a bottle of chili sauce, okay, natural spice thickener, fermented food coloring, with a packet of packet of potato chips. You can see a lot of oils, a lot of flavoring, conditioner, everything here. Now you can see this drink here, you can say no calorie, tanpa calorie, but if you look at the ingredients, then you can see a lot of acid, sweetener. Okay, so these are all examples. Now high fat, this low fat milk, protein, high calcium, this is just to sell. But when you see the ingredients, is all milk solids. You can see permitted conditioners and flavoring, and all added vitamins. That's all. Everything is artificial here. This is margarine. There is a lot of hydrogenated oil here. Okay, and a can of baked beans. Even baked beans, you can see lot of food conditioner and everything. You see, permitted food conditioners and all. Okay, so thickening, can of sardine, right? So you can see a can of sardine here, everything, right? Everything, paste and sugar, everything. So these are the common foods which we buy, and all these foods we consume will destroy our gut bacteria and cause a lot of what is imbalance in our gut bacteria. Then we lead to health disturbances. So because our immune system is disturbed, so we'll be prone to lots of infections and lots of other things. Even because our immunity is down, we can get cancer, we can get even predisposed to other chronic diseases. Okay, so that is a lot about our gut bacteria. So now let me show you what are the good healthy foods that you can take to promote your good gut bacteria. One thing I recommend is to have at least 3 to 4 servings of beans a week. Okay, so here, if you look here, I have some beans cooked, right? It's a variety of beans here. Okay, there is There is some chickpeas there. Okay, there is some red bean, some green peas. There are many other beans there, pinto beans. Okay, so this is I just prepared very simply, just water and salt, right, and very lightly. And you can see these beans, you just have to put it on a bowl. Very high in protein. So this is a slow cooker, so it will take at least about 3 to 4 hours to cook slowly. Yeah? So, but it retains its nutrition as much as possible. So you can see here the beans that is cooked. So you can see all varieties of beans here, your protein source. So just to fortify it with some bit of antioxidants here, we add a little bit of pepper. And we can put a little bit of rosemary. Rosemary has good antioxidant power. So this is a good natural pre and probiotic for our body. Yes, with all the protein and nutrition and antioxidants and fiber together. Very tasty and delicious. So until my next video, thank you for watching. Goodbye. Live long and stay healthy.